NASA's experimental plane X-57 is set to take to the skies for the first time this year. Hugh Hunt discusses a plane that is entirely powered by electricity. It has 14 propellers along its wings. This sounds great given that we need to transition away from fossil fuels while our demand for aviation is increasing. But how much closer will NASA's plane bring us to our objective? Let's discuss this. NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, has always been at the forefront of innovation in aviation. They have a rich history of pushing boundaries and developing groundbreaking technologies. In their pursuit of making air travel more efficient and cost-effective, NASA has been actively working on several exciting projects. One of NASA's most notable projects is dedicated to the development of a new generation of supersonic aircraft with a significantly reduced sonic boom. Sonic booms have long been a limitation for supersonic flight over land, as they can disturb communities and lead to supersonic aircraft operations being restricted. NASA researchers and engineers have been developing novel designs and technologies to reduce sonic booms. They intend to reduce the loud noise associated with supersonic flight by shaping the aircraft's body, wings, and engines in novel ways. This discovery could pave the way for commercial supersonic travel, making it more accessible and affordable to passengers. Another area in which NASA is making significant progress is in electric propulsion and efficiency. The agency is actively researching and developing electric aircraft technologies, which have the potential to reduce fuel consumption and operating costs drastically. Electric propulsion systems, such as battery-powered or fuel cell-powered electric motors, have numerous advantages over traditional jet engines. They're quieter, emit no emissions during flight, and use less energy. NASA hopes to create aircraft that are not only environmentally friendly, but also less expensive to operate by leveraging these technologies. NASA is also excited about the potential of unmanned and autonomous systems in aviation by integrating advanced automation and artificial intelligence. This could result in significant savings in pilot training, crew expenses, and operational complexities. Unmanned systems can also be used for various purposes, including cargo transport, surveillance, and scientific research. By eliminating the need for human occupants, these aircraft can be optimized for efficiency and cost-effectiveness, making flying more affordable in the long run. NASA's research and development efforts also include advanced materials and manufacturing techniques. Aircraft weight can be reduced by using lightweight and strong composite materials such as carbon fiber reinforced polymers, resulting in lower fuel consumption and operating costs. Furthermore, advances in 3D printing technology allow for the production of complex and optimized components, which reduces manufacturing time and costs. NASA is paving the way for more cost-effective aircraft production by leveraging these innovative materials and manufacturing processes. It is important to note that NASA is not working alone on these projects. The agency works closely with industry partners such as aircraft manufacturers, technology firms, and research institutions. These collaborations bring together the expertise, resources, and diverse perspectives required to drive aviation innovation and breakthroughs. NASA and its partners can share knowledge, pool resources, and accelerate the development of technologies that can potentially reduce flying costs. You may be wondering how NASA's aviation innovations can make flying dirt cheap and what impact they can have on air travel. Let's look into it. Operational expenses are a major contributor to the cost of air travel. NASA's innovations can significantly reduce fuel consumption by developing more fuel-efficient aircraft through electric propulsion and advanced materials. Lower aircraft operational costs could be passed on to passengers through lower ticket prices. Furthermore, autonomous and unmanned systems could reduce operational costs even further by eliminating the need for pilots and crew members on certain types of flights. This decrease in personnel costs may result in more affordable air travel options for passengers. Another way NASA's innovations could reduce the cost of flying is by improving access to remote and underserved areas. Electric aircraft, with their lower operating costs and quieter engines, may make it economically viable for airlines to fly to previously unprofitable destinations. This improved accessibility may create new opportunities for tourism, business travel, and economic development in previously inaccessible areas. NASA's innovations could contribute to economic growth and provide more affordable travel options for people living in these areas by connecting them to the global air transportation network. Low-boom supersonic aircraft development could also have a significant impact on air travel. These aircraft could fly at supersonic speeds over land with reduced sonic booms, eliminating the need for costly ocean detours. Shorter travel times would result, making supersonic travel a viable option for more people. While supersonic flights may initially be offered at premium prices, economies of scale may come into play as the technology matures and becomes more widespread, potentially making supersonic travel more accessible and affordable to the general public. Aside from cost considerations, NASA's aviation innovations have significant environmental benefits. Electric propulsion systems emit no emissions while in flight, helping to clean the air and reduce the industry's carbon footprint. This aligns with global efforts to combat climate change and helps ensure a more sustainable future for air travel. As environmental regulations and public awareness of sustainability grow, airlines that adopt these cleaner technologies may be eligible for incentives or tax breaks, potentially driving down operating costs even further. This could eventually lead to more affordable air travel options for passengers. Finally, NASA's ongoing aviation research and development efforts can reduce the cost of flying through various means. NASA is actively working towards a more affordable and sustainable air travel future, from developing low-boom supersonic aircraft to leveraging electric propulsion, autonomous systems, advanced materials, and collaborative partnerships. While these innovations may take some time to mature and integrate into the commercial aviation industry fully, the potential benefits they offer are exciting. We can expect a more accessible, cost-effective, and environmentally friendly aviation sector as technology advances. Propeller technology in general is experiencing a renaissance. Not only are designs becoming more efficient, but they're also becoming less noisy and more affordable. Propeller speed and pitch angle can even be changed in flight to accommodate the various aircraft speeds required for takeoff, landing, and cruising. Finding an alternative to aviation fuels like kerosene will be critical if we want to keep flying. Electric motors powered by lithium batteries power the X-57's propellers. However, the energy obtained from batteries is 50 times less than that obtained from aviation fuel. The X-57 is a four-seater modified Tecnam P2006T aircraft built in Italy. It uses distributed propulsion, which is a combination of many propellers, small motors, and many batteries spread out across an aircraft. This is an exciting research and development area found in many experimental electric aircraft designs. The density of the air changes with altitude and influences the thrust produced by a propeller. We can now make propellers that work effectively at all altitudes and speeds, allowing us to make the most of the energy stored in the batteries. New designs, such as the world's first 11-bladed propeller on the Piper Cheyenne plane, can produce extremely high thrust even in high air density. Some planes even use vectored thrust by allowing the motors and propellers to rotate, allowing for vertical takeoff and landing. These aircraft may resemble helicopters rather than planes, and conventional airports with long runways and large terminals may become obsolete. The X-57 runs on standard lithium-ion batteries. This is due to the project's focus on the potential for new propeller and wing configurations rather than developing the ideal battery. That, however, will be a significant challenge for electric aircraft developers to overcome. Lithium batteries are the best we've got so far, but they're still bulky. Lithium metal is also dangerous because it easily catches fire. Using batteries has some advantages. Because their weight remains constant throughout the flight, they don't need to be stored in wings as aviation fuel has traditionally been. With liquid fuel, the weight of the plane decreases significantly as fuel is consumed, and keeping the fuel in the wings maintains the aircraft's balance. However, energy density, the amount of energy a battery contains compared to its weight or size, is important. New advances are constantly being made, such as quantum technology-based batteries. While these charge faster than standard batteries, they will not replace lithium batteries and are unlikely to change the prospects for electric flight. We need a breakthrough in battery technology that provides an energy density comparable to aviation fuel. The X-57, with a range of about 160 kilometers and a flight time of about an hour, is not expected to lead to a replacement technology for long-distance flying, not right away at any rate. On the other hand, short-haul flights with 10 or fewer passengers are a good and potentially viable target for early battery-powered flights. Hydrogen-powered planes are also very appealing because their energy density is nearly 3 times that of conventional aviation fuel. However, hydrogen must be stored in pressurized fuel tanks to reduce its volume because hydrogen is a gas. We hope you found this exploration of NASA's efforts to make flying dirt cheap intriguing and thought-provoking. If you have any questions or thoughts on this topic, please share them in the comments section below.